it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. How are you this morning? Well, it's Monday morning, November the 7th. Now, tomorrow is November the 8th. Don't forget to get out there and vote. Okay? Vote. Okay. This morning, I'm going to do a little meal preparation. I don't usually do meal prep, but I usually do ingredient prep. But this morning, I have to cook some hamburger. I've had about a little over 4 pounds of hamburger thawing out, and I thought I should cook that up. So I'm going to do that a couple of different ways. And since I'm doing that, I'm just going to make a couple of meals out of some hamburger patties. I'm going to do something a little bit different with them. I'm also going to make some cauliflower as well. So that will give me, what, two or three meals, I think, that I can have through the week. My meals are pretty simple, as you know. Not anything complicated. So, all right, come with me in the kitchen, and because you know I'm here as usual. Look over there. I have a geranium on my table, and it's blooming. Let me grab it. I'll show you. I bring my geraniums in last year I brought them in the fall, and this year they did so well in the house, and then I was able to transplant them outside without spending more money on flowers. No, I didn't spend any money on flowers. But look, they still bloom when I bring them in. I just keep them cleaned up, keep them watered a little bit, not much. And here's another one that's coming on. So it brings a little bit of brightness and joy in the house through the winter months. So just thought I'd show you that. All right, come with me, and we're going to do meal prep. Thanks for joining me today. You guys are awesome. First thing I'm going to do is I made a vinegar solution here. It's just a vinaigrette. And some of you may have seen last week that I bought this chopped salad kit, which does have the dressing in it. It's got dressing. It's got blue cheese dressing, and it's got some bacon bits. Very little bacon bits, but nevertheless, it's there. So, I decided for this I bought 2 bags, and I decided for the second bag, I'm going to put a vinaigrette dressing on it. And I'll just save this to use for something else. Now, this blue cheese dressing, of course, has seed oils in it. I'm not fond of those. I try to avoid those, but it is what it is. Which I've been doing really well in avoiding them, actually, because I don't eat very much, overly processed food. So anyway, what does this have in it? This has green cabbage, green leaf lettuce, carrots, green onions, and red cabbage. Those are the vegetables here. So all I do is I just bring this vinaigrette to a boil. It's part of its vinegar, it's some water. You can put sweetener in there if you like as well, or other spices, it doesn't matter. I do have a video on that. You can check it out, see what you think. But I'm just going to pour this. I'm going to pour this over the vegetables. Now, this just came off of the boil, so it's extremely hot. But that's okay. That's what I want. Now, you would think that it would make your vegetables soggy. It does not make your vegetables soggy at all. Actually, they stay very, very nice. They stay very, very crisp. Now, I'm doing this early on because I want, this is a low carbohydrate option for me, especially without the dressing, the blue cheese dressing. So, I'm not going to salt this or do anything to it. I'm just going to leave it as is. And that's actually it. That's all it takes. Now then, I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator. I'll put it in a container, pop it in the refrigerator, let it get nice and cold, and sit for the day. I'll probably eat some of this with my supper this evening. Okay. Alright, in my cast iron skillet, I've got half of the ground beef. The ground beef was 4.49 pounds of ground beef. It's 80/20. I purchased it at Fairway, and it was a little over $4 a pound. That was not on sale, but I needed ground beef, so that's what I got. Now, with half of this ground beef, I am just going to brown it, crumble it in the pan, and put it in a container for later use. So I guess this portion of it is kind of like ingredient prep, right? I am going to put a little bit of salt on the meat, and let's just brown it up. And then we'll be back. Because you know how to brown ground beef, don't you? You don't need to watch me. Okie doke, the hamburger's browned. I didn't worry about crumbling it up too much. I can do that when I use it in other dishes. So, show you here. I'm just going to put it in this container, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Well, after it cools down. It's not really good to put hot things in the refrigerator, is it? No, it is not. Also, I'm not very concerned about the fat that's in there, so I'm not draining it. I don't really care. If I don't want all that fat, I can strain it at a later time when I'm going to use it in other things. All right, so that's it. Now, got my pan here, and I'm going to use this pan again for the next round of burger. So, this is what I have done. Show you. I have in this bowl, and I'm reusing the same bowl that I had the chopped salad in. This is the rest of the burger. I have put in, sprinkled in some dried minced onion, and I have to buy some more because it's all gone. I put some pepper, I put some salt, and I put garlic powder. Sorry, didn't show that. I put garlic powder in there. I also put 2 eggs. The one egg kind of dripped down in there, but I've got 2 eggs, believe me. And so I'm just going to mix this all up, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some patties out of this. And when I do that, I'm gonna put it in my skillet here, reuse the skillet, and I'm going to cook up some hamburger steak. Okie dokie. Oh, just so you know, I had second thoughts. I put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in here, and I also sprinkled in some Italian seasoning as well, just to give it, ramp up the flavor a little bit. Now, I'll show you what I'm going to do here, or what I am doing. I'm just taking my handy dandy ice cream scoop, and I am just making some patties. Only I'm just giving them like a hamburger steak look, okay? So that's all I do. I've got 2 scoops of the burger. Just make a patty and then shape it. Now, some of these are going in the freezer. I've got my handy dandy Fairway butcher paper here. It's nice and clean. And I'm going to put them on here and pop this pan in the freezer. Some of these I will make meals out of. I'm going to cook them ahead of time. And probably at least a couple, maybe 3. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many I get. So you can see what I did there. I just turning it into a patty, and then I'm just shaping it. Now, this mixture is a little bit loose, but I don't care. It's either have it this way or add filler to it. I don't want to add cheese to it as a filler, because I'm going to have cheese on the cauliflower. And I don't want to, certainly not going to add crackers or anything, because I'm trying to keep this low in carbohydrates. So this is what I am doing. Let's see. Let's see where we get. I don't know. Put that in there. All right. I may have 3 for the freezer and 2 for the meal prep. All right. This might be kind of a big one, but we'll see. Either way, it's going to be fine. So I just shape it into a round and then use it, just shape it into an oval shape. That's usually the shape of a hamburger steak or Salisbury steak. All right. So I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to put these 3 in the freezer, and then I'm going to cook these 2. I think in order to make this a little more even, I'm going to reshape that a little bit. Sometimes you just got to build as you go. Right? That's right. Don't get too flipped out about stuff. All right? All right. These are going to get cooked. These are going in the freezer. Okie doke. These are in the pan. I'm going to let them brown on the one side, per usual, and then I will flip them over. Like I said, this is a little loose. I hope they will keep their shape. If they don't, I'm not worried about it. Okie doke. I have flipped them over. As you can see, they're rather thick. So I'm not going to press them down or anything. I'm just going to let them cook very slowly. And I'm not going to put a lid on them. I'm not in a rush. I don't want to steam them. But while they are cooking, in the meantime, I'm going to chop up some red onion or purple onion or whatever you want to call it. And I have the last of my dehydrated mushrooms have been soaking, and I'm rehydrating them because I'm going to saute some onion and some mushrooms, the last of these mushrooms. Now, if you have fresh mushrooms, you can use those. If you have canned mushrooms, by all means, use those. And I'm just going to saute those up as an addition to my hamburger steak. All right, my hamburger steaks are done. And I'm going to add in my sliced purple onion. And because that's what I happen to have. I'm having white onion. So I'm going to saute these in the beef fat. And I've got my mushrooms. I'm not going to waste this liquid. They've rehydrated in the liquid. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to add it to the onions and just let it cook down. In the meantime, I'm steaming up some cauliflower in the microwave. Got my heat on high for now. Now, I'm going to add some garlic to this. If I had fresh garlic, I would use it. I don't have it. And I'm going to add in some dried fennel fronds. That's going to really give it a nice flavor. Smells good. I don't have, I dehydrated that fennel quite a while back. I don't use it a lot, but when I do use it in certain things, it really adds great flavor. I can smell that now. It smells awesome. Now I'm going to turn this down and just let the liquid cook off. And then we will add this to our hamburger steak. All right, you can see that the liquid has cooked down. Now, if you wanted to, you could take this opportunity to add maybe some red wine vinegar, a dry wine if you want to. You could add even just a little red wine vinegar to kind of give it a little bit of zip. You could do that if you want to. All right, now I'm going to add these to the hamburger steaks. Okie doke. Here's the hamburger steak with the sauteed mushrooms and purple onion. It looks delicious. It smells really good. All right, I'm going to continue with the cauliflower. I'm going to make some cheese sauce for that. And then we will continue to build our meals. Now I'm going to make a cheese sauce for the cauliflower. So I've got a couple of tablespoons of butter in my pan. And I'm going to melt that down. Excuse me. I need to get a drink. A drink of water. It's colder here today, but very sunny and nice. I don't know, the warmer weather has stirred up some kind of allergy for me, and so I I do a lot of sneezing. My throat gets dry and, you know, it's great. All right, now I'm melting this down. And remember those bacon bits from that chopped salad? Those are going to go in here. For a bit of flavor, and I put a couple of tablespoons of butter and a very heaping teaspoon of bacon fat. Now then, I have my steamed cauliflower, and I'm going to turn this down just a bit, and I'm going to add in some full fat whipping cream. It's heavy whipping cream. I'm doing about 2/3 of a cup. Now, the reason I'm using whipping cream is because it's something I can have. It's just fat. And it's also a thickener. It's going to thicken up this sauce without adding any flour or cornstarch or anything like that. It will thicken naturally, which is really, that's what I want. Okay? Now then, I'm going to add in the cauliflower, making sure that I'm not adding the water, just the cauliflower. See? That's why I have a slotted spoon. Got to watch the heat on this sauce. You don't want it to scorch or get overly dark. See? This is enough for about 2 servings. The reason I did it in the microwave is because, well, why not? Now, the cauliflower is going to release a little liquid. I've turned the heat up on this a little bit. I'm going to add some cayenne. Add a little cayenne pepper. Just going to sprinkle a little bit in. Not much. Just to give it a little bit of zip. And I'm going to keep stirring it. Now that's going to thicken up. Now I am going to add some cheddar cheese to this. Turn that heat up a little bit, bring it to a good boil. Wish I had a little parsley for this, but I don't. I really have to get some parsley, some garlic, some some other spices, by all means. Now you can, if you want to, add a little bit more cream, that's fine, because it will thicken. And if you desire, you can add a little butter too if you want. Now then, I'm going to add some cheese. If I had block cheese, I would use that, but I don't. I have this. So, I'm going to use it. Who wouldn't like cauliflower with some nice little cheese sauce on there, right? I would. Also, the butter helps give it a nice thick, it helps thicken it. It enriches the sauce. We're going to make sure this is completely melted down. I've got the heat turned up on it. Let's let it melt and give it a taste. That's pretty tasty. We're going to do a little pepper. You can use black pepper, white pepper, whatever you want. That's fine. A little bit of salt, not much. The cheese is salty, as you may know. What do you think? You like that? See how thick it is? All right, heat goes off. And I'm going to fill up my little trays, take that off the heat because I don't want it to brown and get dark. Got my dinners over here. That bacon pretty much cooked up, those little scraps. Oh my goodness. It's the flavor. But since I have bacon grease in that, I mean, hey, it's all good. So, let us put in some cheesy cauliflower in our trays. I'm not freezing these, by the way. I am just putting them in the refrigerator, and I will just eat these over the week. The other patties that I'm freezing right now, I'm going to put those in a plastic bag, in a freezer bag, and I will use them as I need to. The ground meat that I browned, I will use that in something else. I'm thinking about maybe some chili. That might be tasty. Now then, don't worry. I'm going to pour this sauce on this cauliflower. I keep wanting to say broccoli. I don't know. It's not broccoli. It's cauliflower. Let's see what this tastes like. Shall we see? Oh, wow. Oh, that cayenne hits the back of the tongue. Not overpowering. It just hits the back of the tongue just right so that it gives a little bit of zip, and it's a surprise. It is a surprise. All right. Now, got my 2 meals ready, and I'm going to let them cool down just a little bit, and then I will pop the lids on them and put them in the refrigerator. Okie dokie. Let's see what we've done this morning. I've got 2 hamburger steak with sauteed mushrooms and onion and cauliflower and cheese sauce. I got a container of chopped salad with vinaigrette dressing on it. I have a container of ground beef that is just simply browned with a little bit of salt. And I have 3 very nice hamburger steaks in the freezer. I pulled these out of the freezer. They're not frozen yet, but I just wanted to let you see all of this together. And so I think that is pretty good. And you know what? It wasn't really that much work. It really wasn't that much work. Actually, it wasn't any work at all. So it's not even noon yet, and but this is really nice for me. Yesterday, I cooked chicken thighs in the pressure cooker, and I deboned them, and I've got them I removed the meat from the bone. I've got those in the refrigerator as well for future use, and for the kitty cats and for my doggy do. My dog will also get the benefit of some of this burger here. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this something that you feel like you could do? It's just me, and I don't want food to go to waste. So, and I am trying to keep more of a low carbohydrate profile in what I eat. So, let's think about it. You think about it, and you see what you think. And if this is something you can do, put it in the comments below. I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. To those of you who are, thank you very much. And I appreciate all of you, whether you're a return or whether you are new. I appreciate every single one of you being here today with me. It means more than I can express. So, like if you like, dislike if you don't like, subscribe and share, because it helps me and it might help somebody else. I just want you to know how simple this is to do. It doesn't have to be a marathon. It doesn't have to be anything of such a huge magnitude that it seems overwhelming. So actually, I'm pretty much set for the week with stuff to eat. So thank goodness. All right, I love you guys. You know I do. And as always, you know that little is much when God is in it. All right, I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.